Okay, and we are rolling again. Hello, and we are back talking about product training. And we've got Laura McClure and Kaylee Perno, and we are going to be talking about digestive health. So this is so key. If your gut isn't working right, then your foods won't be digested properly, and then they won't be assimilated into muscle, or the nutrients won't be getting into the rest of the body. So when we say that your gut needs to be working right, that means you need to be going to the bathroom, having a bowel movement 1 to 3 times a day. 2 is great. 3 is wonderful. 1 is acceptable. And so some of you guys may be sitting there right now in the beginning going like, oh my goodness gracious, I'm only going like once a week or so. And that has happened a lot with our distributors. So that means things aren't getting moved through your system effectively. So that's the first thing we need to work with. If you're having too many bowel movements, or they're constantly too loose and everything's flying through you, then that's a whole nother issue. And we need to work with that, because then we're probably not absorbing efficiently either. If we have too much gas, there's just a number of different things, and we're going to work with all of that in regards to digestive health. So Kelly's going to go ahead and share. And I think I did mention that, the gut is the basis of your health. So if you were to see a holistic doctor, the first thing that they always talk to you about is, what is your gut doing? Because often many of our health issues are due to that not working right to begin with. Okay. Let's talk about our herbal aloe drink. This is what we call as our liquid gold. We love this product. It is the aloe plant is what it is. So we all know what the aloe plant, or maybe we don't, but the aloe plant's been around for centuries and centuries and centuries. And if you cut it open, there's like a gel inside, and you'll put it on burns, on rashes, on bites, insect bites, and things like that. And it will heal so rapidly. It's amazing. Well, think of this. The inside of the plant has been now taken out and turned into a liquid. And now we're drinking this aloe, and the aloe is now going through our system, and it's aiding in our digestion. It's aiding with going to the bathroom more effectively. Sometimes even if you have people who are going to the bathroom too much and their bowels are too loose, sometimes just aloe alone will help firm it up that way. It soothes the inside of our stomach and our digestive tract. It aids in GERD or acid reflux, ulcers, any type of stomach issues at all. I highly, highly recommend it. And I recommend it for general good health. If you want to be practicing good health, drink aloe every day. So let me talk about first the herbal aloe concentrate, because that's probably what most of you have been introduced to. Many of us love our mango flavored the best. We have cranberry flavored and mandarin also. And it's in that tall cylindrical container. It's like a pint, and it's concentrated. So we often, first of all, whenever you open up aloe, it's got about a 30-day life to it once it's opened up. It's not like it goes bad or anything. It's just not going to be as effective if you drink some old aloe. And if my aloe is old, I don't care how old it is, I'm not throwing that out. I'm drinking it, okay? It's just precious. So I put mine in my door from my refrigerator, and whenever I pour a glass of water, I'll just pour it into my water, and that's the way I get my aloe in that way. So, or you could make a big pitcher of it and just have it, because it is concentrated, and you want to shake the bottle when you pour it into your glass like that, because the concentration particles are down at the bottom. So you want to kind of shake it up. And then again, if you make a big pitcher of it and keep it in your fridge, you'll want to kind of move it around a little bit to get, it all moved around before you pour yourself a glass. We love this. And again, once a day is 3 capsules a serving, once a day for general good health. Anybody with any types of digestive issues should be getting about 9 caps a day if you're drinking the aloe concentrate. Now, you'll see that it also comes in a half gallon. So for those people who are using it very rapidly, they may want to keep a half gallon in the refrigerator. Some people take the half gallon and pour it into their pint and just work with it that way. It's a little bit more economical to buy it with the half gallon. And then in the background here of the picture, you see the gallon of aloe. And this is our ready to drink aloe. So there's no flavor to it and it's not concentrated. It's just what we'll call aloe water. And you just pour it into a glass and drink it. So this is what I'm going to suggest. If you have an extremely stubborn metabolism or you have a lot of health issues, autoimmune type and other health issues or a very weak immune system, if you have major stomach issues that are beyond regularly normal stomach issues, I'm going to suggest you're drinking the ready to drink aloe. It's more powerful than the aloe concentrate that is flavored. The aloe concentrate is great. It's easy to drink. But if you want even more effectiveness, then step it up and take the ready to drink aloe. Personally, when I'm drinking a cold shake, and I say cold shake because a lot of people know I drink my shakes hot in the wintertime, so I don't use the aloe in the wintertime. But when I'm making a cold shake, I'll use 8 ounces of aloe as my water in place of my water. And then I'll pour my powders in there. And I truly feel it helps with weight loss more effectively because it's helping your body absorb better. And it totally cleanses and detoxes the system. And again, for the people with autoimmune issues, any type of health issues, many of these people, the inside of their bodies are kind of like on fire. Think of that. There's lots of heat and inflammation going on the inside of their body. The aloe is like a warm blanket. I don't know if any of you guys have ever been in the hospital and you're kind of like shaking and whatever you're going through there. It's not a fun experience to be in the hospital like that, but they put a warm blanket over you and you just feel the calmness go over your body. That's what's happening when you're pouring the aloe into your system with somebody with an inflamed system. And again, this is with most autoimmune disease illnesses and things like that. So I'm going to say for people with immune issues, severe constipation, really severe constipation, and just slow weight loss, I'm going to say anywhere from 1 to 3 cups a day of that. A cup is a serving of that. Yep, I think that's it. Kayla, you probably have something to add. Yep. I feel like
No, I actually think that you covered that. And just to, I just want to reiterate, I believe that you said it with the ready to drink aloe, you don't need to mix it with water. That's why you can take more of it, anywhere from 1 cup to 3 cups, where the aloe concentrate, it's very concentrated. So 3 caps in about 8 ounces of water is your serving. And then when she said, you can take it anywhere from 1 to 3, 4 servings a day, that's where you just increase the caps. And usually we say take that kind of, throughout the day as well. I just want to give a few testimonies. Yeah. So again, when she said someone has digestive issues, if they're not having a bowel movement every day, the aloe is the first thing that we're suggesting. Often we will start with the aloe mango because we don't necessarily know how severe it is, how severe they are. And the aloe mango will typically do the trick for a lot of people, and it tastes really good and it helps people to drink their water. And it can get them going on a regular basis, like pretty often. If they're, again, stubborn, or maybe they're going more often but not quite every day, or if they have the autoimmune, that's when we bring in the ready to drink aloe. So this has been incredible in helping people be more regular. Also, if you have children, you guys, constipation issues is normally something that someone's had their entire life. They kind of have an imbalance in their gut. So this isn't just a new thing for most people. And so I've had a lot of clients where their children have had major constipation to the point where they've been hospitalized numerous times in a year. Well, they started giving their children the aloe, either the aloe mango or the ready to drink. The children might need the stronger one as well. And one in particular that I'm thinking of, her child was hospitalized, I want to say 2 to 4 times within a 2-year period of time, and started drinking the aloe, hasn't had any issues with it since. So this is totally safe to give to your children as well. Or if you have stomach aches, Again, this is children or adults. Maybe you ate something or you get a little stomach bug or something like that. It can help to soothe and settle the stomach. My husband is one that he ate a lot too much meat one night. Stomach was in cramps in the middle of the night. He went down. We have both aloes in our fridge. The ready to drink is what he poured, and I actually pour aloe mango in that to flavor it up. And he's like, this stuff is magical. I was like, yes, I'm aware. And so it's great. And then also, if anybody has the flu or the stomach bug, this is what you want to be. The ready to drink aloe can really help flush it out and knock you out of you a lot faster. If you have kids, you can flavor this with juice or whatever flavor they'll want to drink in order to make it taste a little bit better, because that ready to drink is that original flavor. It's not necessarily, it has a little bit of a bitterness to it. So flavor it with whatever, but you want to be getting this like a half cup every couple of hours for them to drink it. It will knock that stomach bug out of them so much faster. So Laura, anything you wanted to add to any of that?
I mean, I think we could talk for hours on aloe, and I'm just going to say one thing, because it happened last night. There was a distributor in our club with us, and she had a Band-Aid on her elbow, and she had rubbed it against something and had gotten, she'd rubbed the skin off of it. But then since then, it kind of got infected, and then it looked like there was all these other little bubbly things popping up. It wasn't looking pretty. So I told her, and she was a great distributor. She has a gallon of aloe in her refrigerator at all times. I said, go home and soak some cotton balls in ready to drink aloe, and just put it on every day, and it will heal that so fast. It's like taking the aloe plant and cutting it. I wouldn't take the mango flavored and do that. I would do that with the ready to drink. And I bet we'll hear a testimony from her within the week or so. And something I wanted to say before this call started was, you're listening to these trainings right now, and you're getting some fantastic training information. And hopefully you're taking notes in, like, I would say a product catalog, so that way you just always have it with you, kind of like your Bible, to go like, oh man, what product works with that? Because that's what I would do in the very beginning. I would just kind of keep that with me until I had everything memorized. And the training calls that we have from time to time on our Monday night calls, so when we have a product training call on a Monday night, we're gonna take like one section, and we'll spend 30 to 40 minutes just talking about maybe just digestive health. We're gonna try to get this done in 15 minutes here, but because you'll hear testimonies, it's just so much more learning from the testimonies. So just keep that in mind, that just because you've heard this doesn't mean not to get on the calls when we have product trainings, because those are incredible when we have those. Okay, so next slide. Yeah,
I'm about to. I'm sorry. I forgot that we didn't mention the aloe powder, and I do believe the mango is still available, actually.
Okay.
The one being using it. So I just wanted to, so it comes in the different forms. The aloe powder that you see there is great for travel. So if you're someone that really, like, the aloe helps every single day to get you going, is that aloe powder is great to bring on your carry-on or whenever you travel, because often when people travel, they're also just not having as regular bowel movements. They're not in their space. They're maybe not drinking the right amount of water. They're eating more foods that maybe aren't so great. So it's really nice to have some aloe on hand to help settle the stomach, keep things moving so you feel your best when you're on vacation. Just wanted to add that in too.
right.
Okay, next slide. Next up, we have our Simply Probiotic. So this is Herbalife's probiotic. And what a probiotic is, for anyone that doesn't know, it's pretty much healthy bacteria that's going to go into the gut. And what that's going to do is that the healthy bacteria in your gut goes and it fights against the bad bacteria. And it's the bad bacteria that when we have an imbalance and too much bad bacteria, that can cause some of the constipation. It can cause things like yeast infections as well. So you always want to make sure that you have like a probiotic on a daily basis for everybody is a good idea. But for people, especially again with the constipation, or if they're not going, there's an imbalance of bacteria. That's kind of just your weak link. You were born with that. And you need extra help in order to get you going on a regular basis, because you want to have those daily bowel movements, or else it starts to build up. And as the years go on, you don't want that build up in your gut. So again, typically aloe will be the first thing that we're going to suggest. I will, with some people, if I know that it's a really stubborn digestive system, and just as I get to know people, because a probiotic is so good for general health as well, the probiotic is the second thing that I'm adding in. And what a probiotic does for a lot of people, especially those with the constipation, it helps to soften things, which they can then help them have more regular bowel movements as well. So that's really what the probiotic does. This is also, so again, general health, constipation especially, this is really good. I always say I can get anybody to poop on a daily basis. And usually the combination is going to be the aloe and the probiotic together. Typically will do the trick for a lot of people. So again, to have regular bowel movements, but also if you are on an antibiotic, what that does is it kills all bacteria in your gut. It's getting rid of whatever infection is going on. But what tends to happen when you kill all bad bacteria, what happens faster? The bad bacteria builds up faster. And so that's where a lot of people can develop yeast infections when they're taking an antibiotic. And so the doctors, you've probably heard say, eat yogurt because there's some probiotic in there. Do not eat yogurt. Dairy inflames things. It causes constipation. It is not good for a lot of people. It coats the stomach in a bad way. And it actually does the opposite of promoting healthy digestive system. So instead, the sugar that's in it, actually sugar causes inflammation and causes that bad bacteria to grow even faster. So please stay away from yogurt, especially during this time, because it really will do the opposite. What you want is you want to be taking a probiotic every single day, so you're replenishing with the good bacteria so it can fight away against the bad bacteria. And then the other thing that I want to say about this Simply probiotic is that it is a really high quality one. And what it has is that each little, and I'm not going to get the right culture, I'm going to call it, it has a covering around it. And what that covering does is that as it's working its way through the digestive system, we have a lot of acid in that digestive system, and that can really kind of burn through a lot of things. And so that covering protects the culture, so it makes it in a full, like a whole form all the way down to the gut. And then so it can actually do what it needs to be doing in our gut. What happens to a lot of other probiotics out there is that the stomach acids destroy the probiotic before it makes its way to the gut. So that's why this one's a really high quality one. And it's really kind of a new discovery that Herbalife has come out with that is just really great for it. I have a few testimonies, but did you want to add anything to this?
No. One serving is the little scoop. Some people may need 2 or 3 servings depending.
And that one scoop, it can go in hot or cold water. It has absolutely no flavor at all. So you can literally put it in your water, scoop it around. You can put it in your shake. That's what a lot of us do. We just throw a serving in our morning shake because it's nice and easy. Again, hot or cold, instantly dissolves, really easy to be taking. I have hundreds of stories about how this has helped people go on a regular basis. Again, typically I'm going to suggest it with the aloe. This alone has done the trick for people too. So getting people who have never gone, so many people who have never had daily bowel movements, having daily bowel movements with adding in these products, which is absolutely incredible. Okay, next.
Yep. Okay, our 21-day herbal balancing program, which is our cleansing program. So often you'll have people ask you, do you have a cleansing program or a cleanse of some sort? Yes, this is our cleanse. So this is the deal. Lots of the things that you're going to order online or maybe even buy at a store. Often I hear horror stories about products that were ordered online from some company. People are doing a cleansing program and they're like running to the bathroom constantly, or having to wear Depends or different things like that. Okay, this does not work that way. It's very slow acting and very, very simple. It's called our 21-day cleansing program. You'll see 2 bottles here. AM has the sun on it, PM has the moon on it. Keep them next to your toothbrush in your bathroom. Okay, so you're going to take 2, you're going to start with 2 PM at night, and then you'll take 2 AM in the morning. The PM tablets have herbs and minerals that are going to help dissolve the dried up fecal matter. So if you haven't been going to the bathroom 3 times a day your whole life, you probably have some dried up fecal matter along the intestines of your the lining of your intestines. So think of it as like it's held together. Think of it like with glue, like Elmer's glue, right? So think of that. And so the PM tablet is going to go in and start dissolving that gluey substance that's holding it together. Okay, and this is very slow that is happening. And then the next morning you wake up and you're going to drink some water right away, and you're going to take some AM tablets. The AM tablets are probiotics, just like what Kaylee talked about in the earlier slide, right? And it's okay, you could still take your Simply Probiotic, or you can leave it alone, it doesn't matter, but it's got probiotics because, again, you're getting rid of bacteria as this is dissolving and going down into your digestive system. You want the probiotic in there in your gut to help balancing it out, right? So you've got the probiotic, and then you drink a lot of water throughout the day. Lots of times we'll talk about maybe adding aloe in, but definitely drink a lot of water while you're doing this. And then 2 PM again, and 2 AM and 2 PM, and slowly we're dissolving this. Now, sometimes if you feel like you're just feeling a big difference at the end of the 21-day cleanse, sometimes we say go ahead and get another set and do a back-to-back set to get a further result if you want. I'm going to stop there. Okay, that's more or less how you do it. What you want to do is you want to follow up with your clients when you sell them a 21-day cleanse. Depending upon the person and depending upon the situation, everybody's different, and there's no stories the same for anybody. If somebody has chronic constipation, I'm not going to get them on the 21-day cleanse immediately. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have them drink aloe every single day, and usually we're just using the mango aloe because it's easier to break somebody into the mango flavored aloe. And I'm going to have them do aloe every single day, 2 to 3 times a day, with the probiotic, maybe even twice a day. What we're doing is we're softening up their system and their digestive tract. We're softening things up, getting more fluids, really pumping the water into them, so that now when we're taking the 21-day cleanse, it's now easily dissolving things. Sometimes what happens with somebody, which is why you need to follow up when you sell this program, you've got somebody who's like not drinking that much water, they're pretty constipated already, they start with the 21-day cleanse, and it just blocks them up even worse because of the lack of fluid, liquid, and not enough softness going on there. Okay, so again, work with your client according to that. If they have a pretty good system and they're just saying, hey, I want to just do a cleanse, great. We all should be doing a cleanse about every quarter to every 6 months because we take in bacteria every single day. And then you just make sure that they're drinking their water. If they need to add the aloe throughout the process, you can do that. Sometimes if I feel like sometimes I get a little slowed up in the very beginning. I have a really good digestive system, and I usually am having 2 to 3 bowel movements a day. Sometimes it slows up. When I first started 21-day cleanse, I feel like it's like kind of collecting, and then I may even bump up my PM tablets to 3, just to kind of move things along a little bit more to get things working out. But again, that's your job to work with your client on that. Okay, great.
And then also just what you can let them know, I'm not sure if you mentioned this or not, for people, most people should expect when taking this, it's not that they're necessarily going to start going more often, but sometimes more volume as the time goes on. And again, it's usually the after the first or the second week that they're really going to start to notice the more volume. And should we mention that back to back too?
I did. So
Okay.
if you're working with somebody, or you yourself feel like felt like you're seeing a big difference in whatever it is, and it's not like for myself, it wasn't like I saw volume and I saw some things happening, but other than that, I didn't notice anything. But sometimes other people are noticing different things. If you feel like you're just getting there, then go do that back to back. It's really good. Yep.
Definitely.
Okay.
You want to share any stories or keep going?
No, let's keep going. Yep. We'll let them come onto our calls for stories.
Okay, sounds good. There's some really good stories about that 21-day cleanse. So you will want to make sure you log on the calls to hear those stories. They are awesome. Okay, active fiber complex. What this does is that this is a powder. 1 scoop is going to give you 5 grams of a balance between the soluble and insoluble fiber, which we need both of those types of fiber. So what this does is that you could either add it to your shake, or there's an unflavored or an apple flavor. So you can add it to your shake to get the extra 5 grams, or with the apple, what a lot of us like to do is mix it in like our hot cinnamon tea, or really any of the flavors, cinnamon tea, or any of the flavors tea, and you can drink it that way. And so just so everyone knows, so an average female should be getting about 25 grams of fiber on a daily basis, and a male should be getting about 35 grams of fiber on a daily basis. Most people are not reaching those numbers. If you actually sit down with them and go adding up how much fiber they're getting, I can guarantee you most people are around maybe 10, maybe 15 grams of fiber. So this is a really great way. Of course, we want to eat our fruits and veggies, but even then it can be kind of hard depending on the day. So this is a great way to bump it up and get that extra 5 grams of fiber, either adding it to your shake or having it in a hot tea of some sort. And what this can do is that it can promote more regularity, because again, by reaching that fiber goal, fiber helps move things along, and it can also minimize some bloating that might be going on as well. So this is really awesome. Again, I know a lot of people, when they start doing this, they start having more regular bowel movements. They can almost notice it like within the day that they have it, that they absolutely love it. I actually really suggest doing the apple one and the hot tea, because also something about hot liquids can tend to get things moving in your system as well. So that's just always good to know. Laura, did you want to add anything else to this one? Okay, I think that's it. But this is an awesome product. I also just, on the subject of digestive health, I just want to say what you should be touching base with your client as well is how much water they are drinking on a daily basis as well. And just so you know, everybody should be drinking at a minimum half of your body weight in ounces in water every single day. And that's the minimum. I shoot for my full body weight. Not everyone is going to do that, but really just getting that water in is going to help with a lot of things as well, because the digestive health, as Laura said in the beginning, for general health, but also especially weight loss, is so important. And don't be afraid to talk about it with your clients. It's very, very important in the business that we're in to be discussing this subject. Okay, do you have anything else you want to share?
Yeah, that's the end of digestive health, and we'll see you for the next training. Okay.
Bye.